All right, well, welcome. My name is Robert Lewis. I'm the musical director and conductor of the Charleston Jazz Orchestra, and I'm excited to talk to you about season 13. I think, like the rest of the world, 2021 is going to be very welcome, and I thought we'd do a rundown of the 6 shows that we'll be doing starting in March and going all the way through December. So we're starting off the season with Big Band Legacy. Charleston Jazz Orchestra is one of the few groups in the world that can really pull off a huge variety of music. And so we thought it would be fun to run down the history of the big band, starting with the early swing era stuff, moving through people like Duke Ellington and Count Basie, and then into more of the mid-60s and into the 70s, 80s, the modern era, and all the way through to stuff that's going on now. It's going to be really exciting to cover all the different styles. I think there'll be something for everyone in that show. And the second show is World of Jazz. You know, jazz has really become a global music. Almost every musical tradition in the world has now incorporated some version of jazz into its repertoire, and so we're going to be exploring some of that stuff. We're going to have jazz arrangements of traditional music from Ireland, Poland, maybe something from Mexico. We haven't figured it all out yet, but we're going to travel the world and give it all kind of a jazz tinge. Then we're going to wrap up the spring half of the season with Symphonic Swing. We did a version of this show many years ago where we take classical music that most people know and then turn them into jazz tunes. So if you can imagine Mozart's 40th Symphony swinging, ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-doo, beep, ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-doo, dum, you get an idea of what this show is going to be like. And then we get into our fall season. We're going to bring back the very popular Manny Houston to sing with the band again. He was part of our Ray Charles tribute a couple years ago.
Well, you can talk about the pit, all the cute, the very jumping, the people too all mess around. I do the mess around. I do the mess around. Everybody do the mess around.
And this time it's going to be jazz on Broadway. Great Broadway tunes with our CJO style. Speaking of guest artists, we're going to bring in Jon Faddis to do Groovin High, a tribute to Dizzy Gillespie. We were supposed to have Jon this year, but of course things didn't work out quite that way, but we were able to reschedule him for next year. He is just a fantastic musician, and it's going to be a fantastic show. And then we're going to wrap it up, of course, with Holiday Swing, your holiday classics in a jazz style, which is always a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. If any of that sounds fun to you, you can get tickets at charlestonjazz.com.